Filipino is very knowing for love letter.
Yeah.
Then what we have it, the love letter is not able to use a pen and also a paper. We don't have in this place. You brought only your body and you have it the money. So what you gonna do? Find a stick and then find the leaves of the plants. Write it down the letter, send it to her, but you have a messenger. Try to ask to the kids and pay for 1 peso. Give it to her. That's easily to communicate. That's why it's lovely letter is much more interesting.
Magamit ba your drink? Magamit yan.
So this is what we had it to show is 8 feet wide to high, and then this is 20 feet high. And this is the memories of Filipino people because during 100 years ago, the Spanish conquered this country, there will be a lot of the Filipino people used for this to construct. 1,000 of people made with this into 1 month. That's why it's made us all the Filipino work.
So this is a real fort?
Yes, this is the original port that made by during the time of Filipino Spanish colonized. Before the Spanish moved to Manila. Because we are kicking the Spanish here during the time that we have it also call it Katipuneros, that we are very known locally Filipinos, call it Leon Kilat or Pantilibelegas. He a part of Katipuneros from Manila, he moved out in Cebu and tried to kick the Spanish. When they kicked the Spanish in 1597, that's the time they moved to Panay to Ilocos to Manila. And that's why the Manila was conquering already. That's the time they kicked the native people mountainside hill. And that's a part they call it Fort Santiago. And this is the original Fort San Pedro. In honor of the flagship of Miguel of Legazpi. So this is the original. And they are not ever used as cement. Just only used as egg white and limestone.
Wow.
That's why all women can only grab the egg of the duck in the forest. And also the limestone brought by the Filipino here, mix it down to hold the globe. But currently, when Japanese invade in this country, we have plenty of cement in the road to clean up the city to make it fresh air. But during the Spanish invasion and American invasion, this is dusty and ugly. And that's what comes to having a cement rain. Okay, I show it to you the corals. This is the original corals. It's known for the flatted and the grain corals. Always have 3 windows, 3 doors to represent to the Holy Trinity that we are able to do adopted of our Christianity in this country. That's why we have it here to represent. This will be the original until it's never polished. Because all of these are original, but suddenly happen there will be a heavy equipment to push cart, in polishing your floor. So that's why reason this is a polished floor. But originally it looked like this before. But suddenly it does. We move the inside. So what we have it to show this plants is used for the herbal. Like the herbal, I'll call it banaba. You heard banaba? That's banaba. That's banaba. Oh, healing yan. That's why everything goes plants here is mostly usable for healing of our body. Filipino are not adopted with insurance. We don't like the insurance. Insurance is a bad thing for us to imagine. Because if we able to get the insurance, sooner or later you're gonna die. That's mentality. That's why Filipino during the time are not possible make it take picture, selfie. Because if you take picture with me, sooner or later you're treating me to be dying. Because I took your soul into a camera. That's why it's forbidden during the time. But now everybody will always can we do selfie like this. So everybody now is already do selfie. That's why Chinese it's not able to do picture. We able only to do painting. That's why we are popular painting here. Chinese do painting at all in this country by using the organic, the leaves and the flower to mix it down. That's why we are very popular of painting from the churches, from the wood, from exporting us also do with our family living at all. That's what we do. Okay, this is not anymore original. This is our restorations during the earthquake time in 2013. Happened so much 7.2 magnitude earthquake. this will be restoring the limestone. This is limestone. Okay, remove this. I want you to show or to see them inside, what's inside of the bastion.
The bastion.
Okay? Means that they are also called tower. So imagine this will be the land area, and imagine this will be the sea area.
Oh.
Base of the sea.
Oh, may kuan.
This is the sea area. So this is the tip of Cebu only, an island, because we have only a small island in this country. How many islands in Cebu? Do you guess? Yes. How many islands in Cebu?
3.
8?
3.
10? How many islands? 6? Actually, Cebu have plenty islands. We have 167 islands
Oh.
to connect down to the different islands. And that's what reasons we have bridges. And bridges that used for it for connection. That's why we call it this country as Little Venice. Because river is usable for the ship of the garments that you transport to the city, to the island. And that's what comes to Abit. So we connected already. So try to look inside and try to step on the floor. Careful for maka. You look at up. Dito ka.
Oh.
This is the sea area of the land. That side is the right side of the land. So this will be the land for purely mountain hills. The sea area. You want to have a look?
Be careful.
Both sides see the land. Okay, try to watch here. No one saw
I don't
you
know.
at all because this is known for coloring. Only you can see for them. But if they ever let pirates down, that's the time to put somebody down. What's that? Careful. Saw?
Yeah.
That's good. And this is the sea areas. That's the land. From your, and this one is divided into land and sea. Solid lang siya. Careful. So this is a small window that you only can see so much of the pirates came in this land area. From the sea area, the land and sea, and that's the land area from mountain hills. That's what I'm able to see.
That's cool.
How old is she?
I don't remember. Sometimes, how old is Gracie?
32.
32.
Wow.
Right?
When the
Be
ship
careful,
was landing
right?
here, by
Be careful.
this is the ship. Port, ano? Ayan, may port. Pier 1 kita.
Alright? Yeah.
Oh, ayan, may Pier 1 yan. Oh. And to represent the port, ship there. The ship here.
What's that? The church?
The chapel.
The chapel.
The chapel.
Of the-
Actually, this will be the dumping area. This is the sea area. And then they threw the ship down to the roof. This will be the tying. That's the tying. So tie it more in here. So this will be dumping. That's why Cebu nowadays is having 70% of the land. Although they have it 20% of the land only. And then 80% of the mountain hills. That's only we can have it here. But changing at all, the government have tried to reach out to expanded the land to sell to the Chinese. That's why this country have no Chinatown.
This is the whole Chinatown.
This is the old Chinatown in the city of Cebu. Because all the business establishment here is owned by the Chinese. That's why Chinese people are do business in this country. Especially Robinson, SM is more owned by Chinese. But establishment here much more after the war. That's why thousands of Chinese people came here, but they're already twice married. One in China, one in the Philippines.
Oh.
Because foreigner people are not able to buy a land here and not able to do business. But you must to marry a local people so that you can do business. So, pero mas malaki yung sa Fort San Pedro. Kasi that's the biggest one. The original and the oldest one. Than the Fort San Pedro. The triangular shape lang siya. The smallest triangular shape. So when you see this side area, this is the sea. And they have a lot of cannon here.
Yeah.
But suddenly, I don't know, not talk about it. Okay, this side area is known for the receptions of the wedding, do with birthday celebration activities only. We can do have it rent at all in this place. So this will be the no marching at all of this time. No march here. Have you heard moringa?
Yeah.
Moringa? You know moringa is? Malunggay. Oh, malunggay. That's the scientific name is moringa. Everything is usable for moringa.
Moringa.
It's healing for your wounded. If you possible have wound, if not healed so much, you use the moringa, squeeze the moringa too much, and then put it into your wound and wrap it with the cloth. That's only we can do. And then also the moringa used for powder turn into tea. And then the seeds of moringa, the fruits, is usable also for the tea. It's healing to our body. Okay, possible if you have it also a dogs, cats, animals, then your animals get sick, let the dogs eat the grass. Because this grass is very popular in healing for ourselves also at the same time. Oh, tadi, damo. Galing tayo sa damo. That's why this grass will be popular for us for healing, especially the flower. No one knows, only quack doctor knows. That's why we are possible used for herbal, not medicine. Okay, who likes coffee? Everyone. So if you able to have a coffee, don't put sugar, creamer, and milk, everything, just only coffee. Black coffee, you squeeze lemoncito. You heard it? Citrus. You squeeze the 3 seeds or the fruits of lemoncito, squeeze it, mix it into your coffee. It will give cleansing of your intestine. That's why sometimes it will be heavy because of our food. Have to clean out to the fat, so it will be washed out. That's the only we can do. That's why this is a very popular citrus for us in our clan. My mom is always do that. I always drinking. That's why it's lighter to your tummy at all. So this will be also one of the healing. We call this one is tuba-tuba.
Tuba-tuba.
This is one of the very best one for us. But if you get injury like clip or something, you use this one, 3 leaves. 3 leaves is useful for healing. Much more 3 ha. 3 is represents for the Holy Trinity. Hindi. Fire. Put it in the fire, crumple and put it the oil, dip in on your injury. This will be. And the fruits is not possible usable because this is poisonous. Poisonous. This is a very popular locally Filipino use as for healing to your injury. That's what comes with you. So, in the other sides area, we have it also call it the spices.
Spices.
You heard the spices of oregano?
Yeah.
This is the oregano.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah. That's a medicine also.
Yes. For
Ano to?
maintenance. This is one of the medicine.
Yeah, you put.
That's why we put this portion area as known for herbal because this will be known for San Ignacio Loyola. San Ignacio Loyola is a powerful healing to convince the Philippines to become a Christian because those are known for the missionary of the Jesuits. The Jesuit community is gathered and then they were teaching us to religious belief. And that's what comes Filipino people do already. And then we have it also gumamela. You heard nganga.
No.
You heard betel nuts.
No.
Betel nuts is very popular locally Filipino. This is the betel nuts.
Ah.
Betel nuts is very known for chewing for the
Chewing,
guy.
you know, the old people.
The old people, they're always chew. And that's why the teeth is very yellowish.
Yeah.
Yellowish.
Yellowish.
Oh, nganga we call it in Tagalog.
Yeah.
But if you probably do it right now, don't do that because it causes cancer for your gums.
Oh.
Not anymore now. But during the time, 100 years, only can grab the nganga, the girl, give it to the guy. If the guys grab this chew nuts, or we call it betel nuts, you come to me sexual focus.
Where is
Gayo.
That's why the only girl that can convince to the guy is just this betel nuts. Important that we had it. Okay, down here. Careful, careful.
Go ahead. Fun.
gusto niya yun? Siya lang ang nakakasundo.
Sugar cane.
Oh, the sugar cane. Okay, come here. I introduce this one. This is one of the best fractions in the Philippine country. As known for the Spanish people, right? Try to reach out in this space. Very true. Smell it and share it to others.
What's this?
What's that?
Cinnamon?
Yep.
Oh. Where is it?
Cinnamon is this kind of the leaves that we able to use it only for leaves, not a bark. You guys use bark. Bark is a lot of process. Grind it. The bark is used for powder. That's the use for it. But Filipino are not able to do that because it's not healthier for ourselves, but much more healthier is the organic use. This is a kind of the leaves, but we use this one for dry, not a green. The dry is very powerful, healing to cleanse and is smelling good. That's why our pork here grill is very delicious because we always do that. To put the ingredients inside of it, of our tummy. That's why the cinnamon is very popular for us in the country. And Spanish found out in this country is known for spices, but originally spices they tried to reach out in India. But he never arrived in India, accidentally have a typhoon, and that comes to Limasawa, and Limasawa comes to Cebu. And that's why you call it Limasawa, Lima Asawa, 5 wives of the kingdom of that area. That's why Cebuano have lot meaning in one word. That's why if you able to say also a Filipino Bisaya that we are able to say it, puso, this means the heart. If you will say also, puso means the hanging rice. Oh, you see the hanging rice. That's used for the pork also. But if you say puso means the pump of the water.
Oh.
That's why Filipino is a lot of a meaning in one word. Even though that Filipino have no F, just only P. That's why I like your beautiful piece. Because you're beautiful piece. That's only Filipino do. But nowadays we learn it so much. That's the time that we develop our English to make it an F. That's why we call it Filipino. And then that's Filipino people are much more interested because we are socializing people really now. Because we came from Philippines. That's why we are call it Filipino. Why? Okay, they have a picture one set here. Picture.
I won't join. But thank you so much.